One that I was very, very late to the party on that is probably one of the most versatile signature scent fragrances I've ever put on my skin, to be honest with you. The note breakdown lends itself to make you think one thing, but on my skin, it's much more of an easy, versatile wear than I ever could have imagined it was. Of course, I am talking about Bleecker St from Bond Number 9, and I brought my buddy Chad with me from A Gentleman's Journey. We want to tell you about it, so stay tuned. So before we jump on with Chad, I'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown on the presentation. You'll see a lot of glare because it does have this little clear sleeve on it. Gorgeous. Those of you from South Louisiana that watch the channel, this is Mardi Gras colors all day long, baby. Green, purple, and gold. Very, very fond color profile for me. You know, standard Bond Number 9 stuff. And then here's this beautiful bottle. Sorry about that, that was quite loud. But here's this beautiful bottle. I love this pattern on here. It's just different. I love how they do the different patterns and textures and stuff like that. They do a lot of things with this bottle. And you have that translucent acrylic purple for the cap with that translucent acrylic green. Bleecker St, same thing on both sides. Sticker with some information on the bottom. Cap, my cap, super strong, clicks in place. And that scent is something special. At least I think so. Chad, give us your thoughts.
I don't know how to take this. I'm on somebody else's channel. I'm really thrown a loop. I just, because it doesn't happen really like ever. So Ross, when I tell you this, that I'm kind of like, when you reached out to me, asked me to do this collaboration, I was really thrown a loop. But I really do appreciate it, my friend. As I stated, you know, I appreciate you asking me, but I also appreciate the friendship that we have. My name is Chad from the channel Gentleman's Journey, and Ross did reach out to me to talk about Bond Number 9's Bleecker St. I am the brand ambassador for this brand, so I don't get paid. I just, boy, you know, like the amount of fragrances that I've talked about this brand, you know, and I'm pretty much the only guy. I've talked about like 30 fragrances from this brand over the last year and a half. So I am known as the brand ambassador without a paycheck. I used to be for Ferrari, but I moved on. So I just threw on this shirt because I tried to look a little bit more presentable than what I was before the video. Okay, so Bond Number 9 is Bleecker St. What this is that this is a very green, aromatic, fresh, woody, and fruity fragrance. I would say it's more green and woody than anything, but I do get that fruity nuance from the blueberry. So in the opening, the blueberry is definitely front and center, and it's there for a good duration of the scent life, but you definitely get that cassis or cassia or whatever that herbal note is. This fragrance, it really is a green, herbal, aromatic kind of fragrance. Like what really brings up the airiness and that freshness is the violet leaf. The violet leaf is very prominent. I would say it's one of the most prominent notes, but it does dry down to a very woody base. I don't get vanilla, I don't get amber, I just get woods, green, herbs, a smidge of spice, not a whole lot with that blueberry in the opening. Overall, this is a fragrance that I think is actually quite good. And when I reviewed this on my channel, check it out please, I ended up using a sample, an official sample from Bond Number 9. Well, I liked it so much that my wife ended up gifting this to me. Was it the wife or was it the in-laws? Ooh, boy, that's bad. But this fragrance, I do find it's uplifting, it's mass appealing. It's one of the more easier wear fragrances from this brand, as this is a unisex fragrance, or it's marketed as unisex. I find it leans more so towards the men out there, and a lot of the unisex fragrances from this brand leans way more to the feminine side. But some of their unisex fragrances are just amazing. This most certainly is an amazing fragrance that leans more so for us guys out there. This is perfect for the spring and summertime, green and fresh, but it's also a very versatile fragrance. So you could wear this dressing down to dressing it up. I per se would not really wear this to a very formal function, but if you're going to like a daytime suit and tie event, this is a great addition that will make you stand out and make you smell classy. Longevity off this, I would say, was 7 to 9 hours. Wife's thoughts on this one Well, I thought it was actually a really good scent. She gets the herbs, she gets the spices. She's really good at picking out what spices are out there. And she also gets some of that blueberry, but also lots of woods in the dry down. So wife does like this one here, so which is always a bonus. Myself, I really do enjoy it. It's one of the better fragrances from this brand, and I would say maybe a little bit more of the safer scents out there. So if you are looking into this brand and you want something that's fresh, clean, green, and really just does not lean more so towards the ladies out there, because again, a lot of their unisex fragrances do cater a little bit more so towards the ladies, then this is one that I do recommend and I do suggest that you look into. So Ross, again, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the invite. Guys, my name is Chad from The Gentleman's Journey. Please come and see me. I am known as the king, the queen of sarcasm and cheapies, but Ross has taken that crown, and rightfully deserved, because he's doing a hell of a job. So a lot of the fragrances that I tend to cover are more on the cheaper end, but I do have a little bit of bougie taste when it comes to my niche. Love my Bond No. 9s, but I also love my Atkinsons and Creeds as well. So please check out my channel. I really would appreciate it. And now, Ross, back to you.
Hey, for me, it's all about that blueberry and violet leaf up top. Big dose of blueberry. It's that fruity but not sharp, rounded blueberry note, but it doesn't stay for a really long time on my skin. I get about an hour of that, but on my skin, the oak moss and the suede and that cassis really comes out. That cassis leaf, it's basically the leaf for black currant, so it gives a similar smell to black currant, but I find a little bit greener take on the black currant note, and I get a little bit of patchouli, but it's not real dirty. And the same thing with the oak moss, it's not too dark of a green. It's actually quite the fresh green fragrance on my skin. And the blueberry just, I don't know, it's strange. I don't get the caramel, I don't get any vanilla, I don't get a lot of stuff like that on my skin. It's not real complex off of my skin. The color's fitting because it's a very fresh green fragrance. It's a little fruity up top, and then it starts to get nice, fresh and green. I believe it's a little bit of thyme in here. I'm guessing that adds to it. I don't really distinctively know how to pick out thyme in a fragrance, so I don't know if I'm smelling it or not. I'm assuming that it's adding to that herbaceous quality that I get, because I thought this would be much more gourmand based on the notes, but it's actually quite fresh, quite versatile, signature scent worthy in my opinion, can be worn year round. For me on my skin, not too sweet to wear in the summer, though I wouldn't choose to really wear it in an outdoor setting in the middle of the summer. Indoors, summer evenings, sure, absolutely, this works no problem. I've been wearing it this summer, worn it a few times now. But the rest of the year, spray as you please. Performance, not a beast, but not a slouch either. 8-9-ish hours on my skin of longevity, not a real heavy projector. First hour and a half or so, few feet out, then it gets a nice little bubble for a few more hours following it. It varies. Sometimes it's a good solid 3 or so hours of projection until it gets real close to the skin. Sometimes it's 4. It varies every time I wear it, it seems, but overall very, very well rounded, and on my skin, not exactly what you would think based on that note breakdown. I think this is a fantastic fragrance. The hype is real on Bleecker St in my opinion. The quality's there. The versatility is there. The likability factor and the slight uniqueness to it is definitely there. I think it's a great buy. Try before you buy. Obviously, it's a niche fragrance. It's not cheap. Get your hands on a sample if you can first. Definitely try before you buy with these, even though I did blind buy it. I blind buy so you don't have to. Chad, thank you so much for being on the channel. Always fun to have you on here, my beautiful bald brother from up north. It's always a pleasure. Like doing stuff on your channel, like having you over here. You're one of my original influences to get me to start my channel in the first place. So always an honor to have you, my friend. Make sure you subscribe to Chad's channel if you're not already. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have already tried Bleecker St? Like I said, it's nothing new. Newer to me, but nothing new overall. I think this is definitely one of the better fragrances from Bond No. 9. Now, I haven't explored the majority of the house. I'm really just starting to dive into them heavily, but I'm really enjoying what I'm getting so far. BondNo9.com is a personal favorite of mine. I'm really digging this, and I'm looking at maybe getting the Hamptons as well for an upcoming review with Chad on his channel also. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Bleecker St from bond number 9 and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking us later. Have a good one, guys.